Hi everybody, this video is sponsored by contribution from Gilded Cage, and here's his story. I wanted to thank you for your videos. You've helped me identify the narc behavior in my family that has left me bewildered, betrayed, and debilitated. My abusive Jekyll and Hyde father has been on psychiatric disability for over 30 years for threatening to kill all of his coworkers with a semi-automatic gun. My father killed my mother very slowly, browbeating her nonstop. Ultimately, she could not advocate for herself. I tried to help my mom. I wanted to rescue her so badly. I was angry with her for not allowing me to sweep her away, but I now understand her predicament and how dangerous it is for anyone to get between a narcissist and their slave. She was malnourished and almost dead when I got to her. In 28 days, she died with me. My mother was a wonderful mother and a sweet lady. She spent her life trying to rationalize with sicko dad and protect us kids. I told her I would have rather been physically beaten. This made her sad. After her death, he, the most vile sort to walk the earth, began hoovering up all of her money and investments and liquidating everything he could. I'm disabled from anxiety and depression conditions I'm mocked and discredited with, even though they say I'm a fraud when smearing me. My father is trying to steal the house I've invested all my federal monies into over 8 years while eating at the food shelf. My sister got an OFP on my dad for sexually assaulting her, and I dutifully testified, but in turn making me the new target. My sister only treated me great when she needed me. She would say, "This letter I'm writing to you makes no sense at all." My sister has a benevolent facade. She can no longer get narc supply from my mom or even my dad. She abuses me and humiliates her autistic son, gaslighting and chasing him around like my father did to us. She can't see that she is the same covert. I feel helpless. I have to help myself first. My sister demanded that I file a harassment order against my father as well, or she would not talk to me anymore. I filed the order. However, my father responded with an order including a court injunction for him to take my cat from me, knowing it was my only source of emotional support, and I would go apeshit if the police came and tried to take my cat from me. Then he could point the finger at me. Look, he's not stable. So I hid. Adult Protective Services said they were going to bat for me, and then I wouldn't have to worry about attending the hearing. I didn't hire an attorney and I didn't go to the hearing. As a result, they upheld his request for no contact for the next 10 years. A victory for him, citing domestic abuse against me. It is also egregious, frustrating, and everyone knows it's wrong. What if I created an escape GoFundMe to double as an affidavit petition? My point being, he has wronged so many people. I've been living with my friend in my friend's child's playroom with my cat, sleeping on a blow-up mattress for a year now. I have a beautiful house sitting empty with a yard, rhubarb, flowers, and kale. My father is trying to paint me as unstable since I was named successor trustee of my mother's trust. It appears at my most vulnerable moment with this hearing. It appears at the most vulnerable moment with this hearing, my sister betrayed me again. She inserts into an important transaction as helper, then sabotages it. She baited me into sharing intimate details with her and then uses it against me. When I finally called her out as a narcissist, she brought up me being strangled and raped as listing all sorts of abuses I have endured from the standpoint that I'm not able to judge her because I am skewed from so much abuse. When I was a boy, she made me sexually service her, and in true narc form, never reciprocated. Messed up mindfucker. I wouldn't want my sister to reciprocate anyway, but I may be depressed. I may have anxiety, but I can see clearly and certainly I'm not psychotic. I've spent years baffled and upset over why it seemed my family required my failure in life to feel okay about theirs before learning about narcissistic personality disorder. The videos of sociopath parents are chilling. The stories of tortured pets are all too familiar. I feel like I have this small window in which I need to escape, but I have no support systems left. Both my dad and sister are expert character assassins. My little brother is so devastated having learned that his whole childhood was counterfeit and his friends were molested by our father, that he is too lost in alcohol and weed to lend a hand to his drowning brother. I am the black sheep. I am the one that is emotionally honest with my family so they feed on me. I know the narcissist wants me dead or in jail or tucked away in a nice I know the narcissist wants me dead or in jail and tucked away in a nice psychiatric ward. I wish there was a victims network to provide temporary space for a victim on the run. My mom didn't have to die, but she knew my dad's rage and said he would kill me if she tried to leave him. My dad is so furious that I gained a small amount of money from my mother's retirement account she created for me. It's just enough to escape, but I have only one shot at it. He has well over $1 million to terrorize me, harass me, and file frivolous lawsuits against me. I'm trying to get myself in order to depart to God knows where. My father has a .357 handgun and lorded over my mom with the gun on the bedside table. He monitored her phone calls. She was a prisoner until her dying day, insisted that he is, quote, not that smart. Turns out it's a disease with cunning instinct, driven destructive behavior, designed to cripple without remorse. He picked mushrooms from the forest and my mom cut them up and put them on her salad and got very sick. He pretended to be sick as well, but I could tell he was not. He also put deer ticks on her. She was infected with Lyme's disease on 3 different occasions. This woman does not hike in the woods, but my dad did. It's a perfect crime. The sociopath kills his ATM and withdraws all the money, disinherits the kids. I feel like I would be lucky to be abandoned, but that as long as I am alive, I will have a target on my forehead. At least I have become stubborn enough that I want to survive just to spite him and my evil sister. There is a network of victims out there if there is a network of victims out there to talk or will accept calls, other victims put my name on narcissistic families. I have to get situated as I have a little boy whose life needs saving. Keep doing what you do. Gilded Cage. Here's what I don't understand about your story. If your sister put an order on him for sexually abusing him, what happened with that? And why would they be working together? If you're the executor of the will, why are you out of the house? There's no order. There's no order that somebody's going to make you give somebody their pet. That's your father messing with you, I think. I've never seen a court-ordered pet be removed from somebody for being supposedly unstable. Look, all this abuse is just to cover up their abuse. Your sisters, your dad's, what he did to your mom. He wants you hiding in a playroom, sleeping on an air mattress. That's what they want, because as long as they can keep you there, nobody will listen. Nobody will listen. Their biggest fear is to be called out publicly like this. Yeah, sister, you made me have sex with you. You made me service you when we were kids. You know I was sexually assaulted by others. You throw it up in my face. Our father killed our mother. All of it. They don't want any of that to come out. And it's all just to make you look crazy and try to screw you out of money. If the house is empty, go back to the house. Call adult services on your father yourself. or give me his information and I'll do it. Because they may not listen to you, but they might listen to me. I've had it with this shit. I've had it reading story after story like this. Not that I've had it with you or the people who write it. I'm sick of these fucking people getting away with the court system and manipulating these. And it seems like the worse your abuse is, the harder they go in on you because they have more. They have more to cover up for. They have a greater reason to keep you quiet and to make you look late, to make you look crazy, based on the abuse they've perpetrated on you, which is bad. Maybe you should look into hiring a lawyer to sue your sister for emotional distress and your father for emotional distress. I don't understand why Adult Protective Services would put a 10-year restraining order on you. Never trust them. Never believe anybody when they tell you don't need to show up to a hearing, to anything. We got no. And always make sure you have your own representation one way or another. It's a bad story. And you need to get away as fast as you can. Not only get away, you need to expose them by name. And if they call you crazy, you can say, I know you're going to call me crazy, because that's what you do. You got to cut them off at the pass. You got to start exposing these people publicly. Otherwise, they're going to keep going and going and going. Because what will happen is when you start calling them out publicly like this, and you catch them on something they weren't expecting you to accuse them on, watch their story start to unravel. And once the narcissist story starts to unravel, okay, it's like pulling that first thread and the whole thing's coming out, it's going to come undone. Once their story starts to unravel, it's one string. Keep pulling the string. Keep pulling the string until that fucking blanket of narcissism has them completely exposed. Because that's what all this is about. Trying to shut you up. Trying to get your money. Keep exposing them. Doesn't matter. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the email and the PayPal link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ali Matthews. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you all again real soon, because this is my last story I have right now. So send them in, support the channel, and let's keep it going. I'm up until noon tomorrow. See you later, everybody. Bye.